Hi everyone, welcome back to YFC Kitchen. We today are going to be making sweet and sour pork. Now with this recipe, you can marinate the pork in the first step. You can do that the night before, or if you're making this the same day that you want to eat it, you can also just stick it in the fridge for 15 minutes, half an hour, get your other stuff ready and come back to it, that's fine too. And like always, if we ever don't show a step and you're not sure how to do it, check out our other videos or just give us a call or send us a text and we'd love to help you out. Also, if you don't have the exact same ingredients, always feel free to switch it up. If you're not sure if you should substitute, just give us a call. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do once you have all your ingredients out is you're going to cut your pork. So we've already done it here. But you're just going to grab a knife and a cutting board, cut your meat into cubes. Try to make the size of the cubes roughly the same as each other, just because that's going to make it a little bit easier for you to cook evenly later. So once you have your pork diced or cubed, you're going to pour your 6 tablespoons of soy sauce over the meat, and then you are going to pour 3 tablespoons of garlic powder in the bowl with the pork and the soy sauce. Pour that all in there and mix it all together so everything is well coated. Once your pork is coated with the soy sauce and garlic powder, this is the part where you'll be able to marinate. So you can do this the night before. You can put this in a Ziploc bag or just cover the bowl with some plastic wrap or put a plate over top of it. Put it in the fridge and let it marinate. You can do it for half an hour. If you want it really tender and flavorful, you can do this step the night before when you want to eat it. Once your pork has marinated in the soy sauce and garlic powder, you're going to get your biggest frying pan and you're going to get it hot, put some oil in it, swish the oil around, and then you're just going to pour that whole bowl of pork, soy sauce, and garlic powder into your frying pan, and we're going to brown all of that meat. Once you have browned your meat on all sides, you're going to pour your broth into your pan with your meat. You can check your instructions on your bouillon cubes to make this broth, but basically it's just hot water with a bouillon cube mixed together. Don't worry if the flavor of the broth doesn't match the type of meat that you have. So you're just going to stir that all in together, and then we are going to turn our temperature down to low and just let that simmer for about an hour or until it's cooked through. So just keep an eye on it. If it's cooked before then, that's okay too. Now we're going to add a diced onion and 2 green peppers chopped up into our pan. We're going to pour all that in and then just stir it around so that everything is evenly coated. We're using one big wok to cook all of this in, but if you don't have a pan big enough, you could always divide it into 2 pans to help you cook. As you can see, ours is a little full. So once everything's been added in and stirred, you're just going to leave that to simmer again for about 10 minutes. And while you let it simmer, we're going to go over and make our sweet and sour sauce. So the first thing that we're going to do is strain our pineapple chunks. We're going to save the juice. So you can do that by pouring the can into a bowl with the lid kind of stuck against the top to try to keep the pieces in, or you could use a strainer or a colander or whatever. So once you have those strained, you're going to set them aside, and in a separate bowl combine sugar, cornstarch, and salt. So we're using 6 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, and just salt to taste. So it just depends on how salty you like it to be. You're going to stir all that together. We're using a whisk because it's going to help us break up all the chunks and make sure that everything stirs really nice and evenly. Once that you have everything combined, you're going to pour in the pineapple juice that you saved from your can, and you're going to pour also in a 1/4 cup of vinegar. Once you've combined all of your sauce items and everything is nice and smooth, we're now ready to pour our sauce into our pork and vegetable mixture. You're going to bring your sauce over to your pan and pour your sauce in with your pork and vegetable mixture. You're going to stir everything around so that it's all evenly coated with the sauce. And then we're just going to cook that till it's thickened. And you can stir occasionally while you're waiting for it to cook. The thing that's going to thicken it is the cornstarch that we added to our sauce earlier. So we're just cooking it until we see the sauce get a bit thicker. For us, we're going to add our pineapple chunks straight into our pan. But if your family doesn't love pineapple pieces, you can always leave this part out. And people can just put some on top of their dish when they serve later. It's totally up to you. We're just doing it for a little fun because we like pineapple in our food. Okay, so now we have finished our sweet and sour pork, and we made some rice to go with this. If you don't have rice, you could always make noodles or just eat it plain if you want. So we're gonna put our plate together, put some rice on there, and then pour our sweet and sour pork on top. And like we said before, we mixed our pineapple pieces into our mixture, but you don't have to do that. If you don't like pineapple, you could just leave that whole part out, or you could put the pineapple pieces in a bowl on the side and people can add it as a topping if they want. We hope you enjoyed this video, and once again, if you ever have any questions or you want to alter your recipe in any way, please feel free to reach out. We will always try our best to help you. And we will see you next time. Bye!